Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a storyline for Libras, and this I'm doing for each zodiac right now. And I just kind of wanted to take a look at kind of what's the energy coming through from the universe, what's the symbology, what's the kind of like the imagery coming from the universe right now. So for Libra, we start out with the sun, and it looks like we have a lot of blossoming energy. We have an energy of innocence. Um, we've got a lot of like the color wheel is being shown here as well. So someone could be a painter or someone could be looking at a palette of colors. They could be also, I'm picturing like somebody eating rainbow colored candy or something. There's the tremendous happiness, but we notice that we have two very happy little children holding hands. The opportunity for joy and happiness is what the universe is transmitting right now to the Libra, whatever that means. It doesn't matter how different something is from what they're accustomed to. If that's what makes this Libra happy, it's very much within their grasp to have this work out. Whether that means it's like a potential friendship, relationship, someone who maybe this is a Libra who's been born and raised in one culture but feels like they'd love to go try living in a different culture. It's like all of that is possible. Whatever it is that draws Libra, warms their heart, makes them feel happy right now, that is something that is very possible for them to have and welcome into their world. So that the potential for great happiness, no matter how seemingly foreign or unfamiliar or far it may seem, it's not far at all. It's right there within this Libra's grasp. And it's like anything. That's why the whole color wheel is here. It's like whatever genuinely makes Libra happy, whether it's they're in love with somebody that is different than themselves, someone who speaks a different language, it doesn't matter. If that's who they love, there's a huge potential for that to work out right now. Massive potential for anything in the spectrum of happiness for Libra to be able to access that and bring that into their world. Now we have a Four of Cups, which is normally the card of illusion, disappointment, and even boredom, but we see this incredible light shining through, and we have these four bowls. And instead of looking at it like missed opportunities, what I see is some of these make me think, oh, these would be bowls that we would eat cereal out of or rice out of. Or I personally immediately go, ooh, I could plant some really awesome plants, some sedum, some different things that can grow in those, and I could use those as planters. It really to me says this Libra could look at anything that previously was seen as a disappointment and repurpose that idea and use it as something totally different. Light is being shown on these perceived empty bowls and saying, wait a second. So what if I don't have cereal to put in it? Why don't I put a houseplant in it? Why don't I use that for something else? There's a chance to repurpose seemingly missed opportunities and realize those are not empty bowls at all. They were supposed to be used for something else. I think this Libra for a while thought that they had missed out on a lot of things in their life, and it turns out they haven't. Maybe they were looking at a situation, looking at multiple situations in their life as if this doesn't go just right, then it's a failure. And it's like, no. You didn't miss the mark. You just didn't think about it in quite the right way. It's like when you're putting together IKEA furniture. Anyone who's ever done this, you know that you can look at stuff, and if you're like me and you don't really like to read instructions because you're like, I'm fairly intuitive, I can kind of see how things are going to be put together. I'm good with patterns. But sometimes really beautifully crafted things that it's not exactly the pattern I expected it to be. So I gotta read those instructions, or you will put together your little collapsible bed couch thing. You will put it together wrong because you didn't realize the design was actually really elegant and really well done. There are sometimes you look at something and go, oh, I screwed it all up, and it's like, no, you just didn't see it in quite the right way. Read through the instructions one more time and you're going to see there's a way to salvage this. It's a slightly different thing than you thought it was, but it will go together and it'll be wonderful. That's what this looks like. For Libra, seemingly a missed opportunity, a thing that didn't work out, a disappointment is not over, and it's not a disappointment. They didn't see the solution, but they do now. We've got the star, and it is in the reverse. There is, I'm going to show it in the upright here because we've got this feminine that's like popping up out of the Milky Way. This is like Mama Milk herself, right? This is the goddess of the universe. There, and it's kind of the swirling Milky Way, but I could also call it like a vortex of energy. I kind of feel like Libra put something seemingly into such a realm of, well, I'll never be able to achieve that. And this says, no, darling, you're looking in the wrong place. Your hopes, wishes, and dreams are not way up there. They're actually right here. Like you got them right in your pocket. Your dreams are not far away. Your wish fulfillment's not far away. The person you want to become is not somehow unreachable. It's actually right there in your pocket already. You don't have to do something, like out of this world, jump through a wormhole, go into another dimension to have the success that you want. It's so much closer than what you think. I would rarely read a storyline like this because both of these cards I could have put together in a negative light, but the sun trumps them. The sun shines happiness and joy over both of these cards. It's like this big turnaround, this thing that Libra didn't see that was right there in front of them. Disappointments that aren't disappointments. They just needed to change their mindset a little differently. Wishes that they thought were unachievable when it's like, darling, why are you looking up when it's right here? You're looking beyond where you need to, making it seem like you could never get that when in fact it's already yours, or it's already in your own hands, in your own grasp. We have a 9 of Wands. There is a need for this Libra to quit paying attention to everything that's going on up on the surface. You notice how we got like a kangaroo race going on. Is that the most important thing now? No. What's more important is the foreground. And what do we see in the foreground? We see that there's kind of like this sacred cave, and we see these incredible like Australian Aboriginal cave paintings, and we see all these didgeridoos, and we have a lot of incredible ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom that's right here. But if we only pay attention to the kangaroo race on the surface, basically I'm using this as a metaphor for a character who kept thinking they had to be somehow the leading kangaroo in the race, like the rat race of life. And that's not true. This Libra is deeper than that. This Libra has more wisdom to tap into. They have kind of, it's time to turn a little bit inward. The 9 of Wands is usually the wounded warrior who finds that strength and solace inside themselves to realize, wait a minute, I'm not so wounded after all. I was learning some really incredible lessons that are going to help me as I move forward back on the battlefield of life. There was a much needed recuperation time period, but also a reflection time period. This Libra did not lose ground. They didn't miss out on opportunities. This could be a Libra right now who, my impression is that they are someone who had these ideas about how their life was going to go. And they were probably like struggling and fighting their way to, make their dreams come true. And maybe they had some setbacks. Maybe they had a job loss. Maybe they had a relationship loss. Maybe they had lots of things. Maybe they end up living back home in the parents' basement. And it's like, there's no way I can achieve anything. I've missed my chance to excel in life. And that is such the wrong idea. That's not at all what this is. Some of the most successful people, where they start? In a freaking basement. When they become successful after they've had 15 failures and then something sticks. There's a whole different way to look at the pattern of this Libra's life. They only kept seeing the negative. They only kept focusing on a failure. They only kept focusing on the kangaroo race, and that's not where they're supposed to be focusing. And it's going to become really clear. I think there's so much happiness coming in for Libra, and I want to get back to that first card, that sun card. There could be a Leo coming in for this Libra. This is Okay, so we have a Seven of Swords, and this Seven of Swords is a really interesting card because it's not about lies and deception. It's about the things that were written, but we couldn't read it because we don't know how to read hieroglyphs. I mean, some people do, but it's kind of a specified, you know, academic group that can do it, right? Not everything is hidden, not everything is lies. It's just that sometimes we don't have the knowledge base to see what's written right there for us. Any card for me that turns out sideways, I always look at that as it's a new a flow of information. This is like the flow is turned on like a water faucet full blast. This is we've turned off the water faucet, and this is where it's like an interesting receptive flow where it's a two-way energy. This could represent two different people are starting to recognize, wait a second, maybe I misinterpreted something. Maybe I misunderstood what someone said to me. Maybe I didn't get all the information. Maybe they didn't lie. Maybe they didn't fail to tell me something. Maybe I didn't hear it right. Maybe I didn't understand their language. Maybe there was a language barrier for these characters. The bottom line is we had a lot of, I'll say, signs and signals and symbols and words that were misunderstood, and that's not even to blame anybody. That's just to say, wait a minute. You mean we didn't have basically the Rosetta Stone to help us to understand what all that meant? Yeah, Ruben, thank you, Angel. You are so kind. Thank you, honey. You are so generous. Thank you. We have the Knight of Swords and we have the Ten of Cups. This is such a flood of like a breakthrough of clarity, of positive emotion. Even here where I said it's like a faucet, look at how we have water flowing all around these cups now. We have so much thought and emotion that is now able to kind of like go between two individuals. I mean, I don't know that this is just about relationship, but it definitely is talking about relationship on this card, but it could be in every aspect of Libra's life. They're seeing things that they missed before. They're seeing information that they didn't have the capacity to understand at one point in time. They're realizing, wait a minute, that's the situation isn't quite what I thought it had been. The situation that I thought I missed out on, I thought I messed it up, I thought I didn't understand it, I thought it couldn't be mine, I thought it broke my heart. All those things. There was some significant just clues that weren't seen the way they'll be seen now. Even here with Libra's mind being like off the charts, they are able to. This is like my physicist card, where they're able to do like 5 different thoughts all at once, right? They're dissecting the human brain, and they've got mathematics behind them, and they are running like a spectrometer over here, and looking at the different light and seeing what elements are out there in the atmosphere. And this is so many different experiments happening simultaneously. This is so many breakthroughs in Libra's thought processes. I feel like their brain is going to be on fire all of a sudden. Yeah, Ruben, thank you again, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you for the rose. You are so kind. Was that from Noah? Give him a little scratch behind his ears, would you? And around too, as well. I really love the fact that we have this beautiful energy of like this flood of good emotions, this flood of thoughts, this incredible sense of comprehension that the Libra previously did not have. Why? Because they were focused on thinking everything went to crap. Everything's fallen apart. I'm broken. I'm wounded. My wishes can't come true. I've, screwed up somehow in life. I missed all these opportunities. That I'll never get these chances. I'm too old. I won't have this partnership. I won't have this job. I won't be successful. All of that is such a negative dialogue. It is completely 100% wrong. It's 100% false. This Libra, their like time to shine Their time, we got to have the wisdom to be able to understand all the different clues that are shown to us, right? Things that don't make sense to us at one point in our life is maybe because it wasn't for us yet. That's the best way I could describe these hieroglyphs. Things that didn't click, a relationship, a romance that didn't work before, it's because both characters probably had a little bit more personal growth to do before they'd be able to really vibe together. If this Libra never found a partner, maybe it's because they weren't actually ready for that bond yet. And this could be somebody who could be 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, and they're just now having this complete, like, oh my God, I feel like a kid again. I feel like so many things make sense to me. I feel like my abundance is coming through. I feel like my career opportunities are here. I feel like my romances are here. I feel like my happiness that maybe I really thought was just not in the cards for me in this lifetime. That's not it. It's that things were growing and developing all this time. And so was the Libra. I want to go back over to that hieroglyph card because that is probably my all-time favorite Seven of Swords card I've ever seen, because it's such a different message on that. And I love cards that give us thoughts that are not anything standard. They're not just the cookie cutter. Okay, so this world card, Aries got this also as their very first card out, by the way. But this world card is, it's like we're looking into a cell, and what we see inside of the cell, instead of seeing the nucleus and the ribosomes, and what we're seeing instead is an individual, and wrapped around them is a garland of flowers, but it kind of is like looking a little bit like it's mimicking that double helix of our DNA. And we have the entire galaxy in here as well, off to the side, squished in. To me, this says that, first off, I look at the world as like a year's time frame. So this is probably the year for Libra to realize a lot of things that have been going on. There's some DNA activation perhaps for our Libra. This is a new version of them that's just now. I have this image in, how some of those sci-fi movies, a character will like either dissolve or reconfigure, and or they reshape, kind of like, I think, like, didn't Terminator do that? It feels like our character is being, their energy is being put together in a slightly new arrangement, and we're kind of watching this Libra be kind of like swirled and constructed right before our eyes as the version of them that they've been on the inside all this time, but they've never lived this true version of themselves in their external life before. Probably just because it was like, it wasn't time yet. They were still baking in the cosmic oven. Some aspects of Libra, some pieces of knowledge, some hidden genetic expression, like, needed to be flipped on. Maybe this was about a certain age that Libra had to get to before they would really step into their fullest power, their fullest potential. Maybe this is going to be right around their, Libra season, their specific birth day or birth month, or it just is something about everything's in alignment right now to bring them into the fullest, most authentic version of themselves, where they finally have the capacity to. I'm thinking right now of like a circuit board that you don't want to, not everything has the same capacity to handle the same amount of energy, right? You don't want to overload a circuit board. You might have to, reconfigure something so it can handle the amount of energy flow that's going to be passing through that circuit board. Otherwise, we blow stuff out. Libra is just now at a place where they can handle all of this energy that's going to be coming into their life. And interestingly enough, it's all good. It's all happiness, but it's their thoughts are turning to this brighter energy. Their opportunities are here. Their chances for love and happiness. This is going to be, it is kind of an overwhelming energy flood, but it's all super positive. I think this Libra had to be operating at full capacity before this was going to come flooding into their life. I don't think that they had what it took to handle this much power until now. Not because they weren't powerful before, but because there was a lot of there was a lot of stuff in the way for a while, is what it looks like. A lot of self recrimination, a lot of self judgment, a lot of things that didn't need to be blocking this capacity for happiness. And I don't know where that blocking came from. Maybe that was somebody really took away their confidence, or somebody really, impeded Libra's like the perception of themselves. Whatever that is being wiped away, is being burned out actually. And what's possible now is this huge amount of happiness. These opportunities are not gone at all for success, for joy, for the relationships they want, for the career they want to have. None of that. We have full blown Emperor here, and we have the Knight of Discs in the reverse. It's a timeline jump. There's no more slow moving energy. This is going to be a powerful time frame that's coming up. So it's kind of like, get ready, Libra, because you're about to become a powerhouse. You're about to be sitting in the throne. You're about to have this. Either an emperor is coming into Libra's life. This could be the person Libra marries. This could be the person Libra turns into, like totally in charge of their own life. We can see that those doorways are starting to open behind them. This is the entrance into a whole new era of Libra's life. This person does have graying hair. Well, actually, I take that back. It's actually like blondie white. I don't know if I would call that gray, but this could still represent. Usually, emperors are a little bit mature in their age, just because they got to go through a lot to become an emperor, right? And that takes years sometimes of wisdom and learning about ourselves. Anyway, we slice it, we've got a really strong culmination, I'll say, for this Libra. This is the career path we want. This is the romantic partner we stay with long term, or this is Libra being in charge of their own universe they're creating. Maybe they feel like they got a late start in life to create their empire, but this is going to happen so fast for this Libra. There isn't. I think if Libra was trying to judge their own progress in life based off of everybody else's, I don't think Libra hit different benchmarks everybody else seems to have had. It doesn't matter. Don't compare Libra's success with anybody else. Libra's kind of going from like this I don't want to say like plateau necessarily of life, but they're going to suddenly have this huge jump of 10 of cups, the sun, the world, the emperor. I mean, we don't really get cards that good, that powerful. It's like everything good comes into Libra's life all at once, and it's partially because they've been needing to be prepared for this much power for a while. They've been being upgraded by the universe for maybe years to prepare them for what's coming. Lots of times when we go, oh, get prepared for what's coming, it has all those negative connotations. This storyline is so incredibly opposite that. It's so much about the positive that is coming in for this Libra. And it's stuff that has been like slated for them for a very, very long time. If there was one other message in here for Libra, what would it be? Hold on. I just feel like, because this is an interesting card or storyline of like prepare for like all this positive energy, and prepare for this flood of sunlight in their life. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and we've got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. This says they already know it's coming, and there really isn't anything to do to prepare for it. There isn't anything else that has to be planted. There isn't anything else that has to be done. If anything, the Libra subconsciously knows this, and it says don't give away their power and don't let themselves get. If this Libra starts to have this flood of positive energy, don't instantly say, okay, who do I need to go share this with and give it away? Because there's no way I should be allowed to have this much happiness. This says, no, don't start trying to go be generous with it. Absorb it, enjoy it. This is meant for the Libra. This is not something where they instantly need to go out and cast it out and find somebody to go give their power to. This is meant for Libra. This is Libra's time for success. It's their time for happiness. It's their time to feel like this is coming to them. This is a gift from them. Like if somebody handed you a birthday gift, do you go, oh, thank you, but oh, you're at my birthday party and you don't have a present here. I'll give it to you instead. It's like, wait, no, it's your birthday. These are your presents. Don't instantly hand your present to somebody else. This one's for you, Libra. And Libra's desire to make everything balanced, the universe is like, this is not one to go balance. This is one for you to just soak it up, enjoy it, like accept the gifts that are coming to you instead of instantly trying to go and invest it someplace else. Soak up the good stuff, soak up the relationship, soak up the love. It's for you, Libra. That's kind of a cute message. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Lots of love to you guys. Karen, you're an angel. Thank you again so much, Yell. Thank you, sweetheart. You guys are lovely. Hey, Christina. Good to see you, honey. Jessica, I'm glad you caught up with us in a live. All right, you guys, take care. Jenny, thank you, honey. Right back at you. Hi, Assad. Great to see you. Lavon, thank you for the hibiscus. That's beautiful. All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you again soon. Oh, good. Alana, you made it. All right, everybody. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye for the moment.